Hi guys, welcome to my coffee show. My name is Jack and today we play with two of my hand grinders. Yes, I have now I have three hand grinders. K-Max, Kinu, and recently I acquired a Comandante C40 as well. But today we're going to compare two hand grinders, Comandante and Kinu, both German grinders. We will do a pour over. But today I think I fancy to do the pour over on my Decent. Yes, I have a Decent. So let's do a pour over on the Decent. Yeah. Now you ask me a question, Jack. That's an espresso machine. How you want to do a pour over on an espresso machine? Well, that means you haven't seen my video when I show you how. There is a special basket with just a few holes in it, and there are some profiles on the Decent that you can do to do the pour over. I will show you quickly the profiles, then we talk about the grinders, then we pull the pour overs, and it will be awesome. Okay, so that's the pour over profile I'm going to use. So as you can see, there is a blooming face here, and then there will be 3 pours, 15 grams of coffee in, and we are aiming for 250 grams of liquid. What we need to do is just to stir from time to time, or swell from time to time, and that's it. The machine will do the rest. I could use my lovely Brewista Kettle. By the way, I do recommend if you looking for a kettle, very nice kettle, very fast, so you have to be careful, especially if you do the small V60s, but very good. You can regulate the temperature. I will put the links below if you want to buy from Amazon. But I'm a little bit hangover today. I don't let's let the machine do it for me, okay? I spend so much money on that. Let's the machine do it. We're going to use 2 very cheap V60s. Possibly that's the cheapest way to brew a good coffee. All you need to do is spend few quid for the plastic V60, buy some filters, probably some cheap coffee scale, and maybe something like Time or C2, and you can brew a perfect coffee for less than £100. Well, if you don't buy the kettle, less than £100. Yeah, you can buy a cheap kettle as well. So this one, obviously, that's a Kinu. It feels nice. I mean, the shaft is just about perfect. That's stainless steel. There's no aluminium inside. Feels quality, but that's the Kinu Phoenix. So kind of the cheapest version of the Kinu. So the burrs, for as far as I know, the burrs for all the Kinus are the same, but that's a 47 millimeters special steel burrs. But here lots of things are plastic. So the thing that I complained a lot about, this catching cup, it feels cheap and plasticky. Sooner or later that O-ring will wear off. But otherwise very nice. A little bit complicated to the settings are a little bit complicated. I will try to show you, but the numbers are so small you probably won't be able to see. Maybe now there are numbers on the ring here, so you have to undo the handle, undo that screw on top, find the 0. The ring won't go below 0, and then you count the multiple rotations. So for the pour over, my go-to settings is 4 full rotations. It's almost stepless, but there are tiny steps. So in between number 1 and 2 on one rotation, there are like 5 tiny steps. So it feels almost stepless. You can really dial in for espresso. Comes in the, well, just a regular unoffensive box. Inside that box, apart from the grinder, those spare O-rings, you will also find a nice carrying case. Okay, Very nice, very nice. So I like to, well, I mostly use my hand grinders when I travel. So I like to pack my grinder into the carrying case and off you go. Comandante, first of all, smaller bursets, 39 millimeters. That's also like a special steel burrs. Both of them conical, obviously. Kinu, you only have one design, okay? This one comes in many colors. So my one is a wooden finish. Inside there is a stainless steel. There are some plastic like a support around here. Nice wooden knob instead of that plastic one here. So this is a plastic jar, but apparently very good quality. You also get a glass, like a dark glass jar with the lid. You get this ridiculous box as well. That's I don't even know what to tell, what to say about this one. But apart from that, the grinder and 2 jars, the manual and a few silly stickers, that's it. You don't get anything else. So with the Kinu, I complained there is no brush. With Comandante, there is well, pretty much nothing. Nothing in this whole box. There is nothing else. No brush, no carrying case. So you have to, if you wanna travel with that, you have to, on top of paying for a lot for this grinder. This one is more expensive than slightly, but more expensive than the Kinu Phoenix. So on top of paying a few bucks for the grinder, you also have to invest in a carrying case. Well, yeah, you will be the judge. Now, we talk about traveling with grinders. How much this one weighs? 710 grams and 585 grams for the Comandante. So, well, again, if you travel, you want to travel light, Comandante might be a better choice. So you regulate it by using that clicks. You also do multiple rotations, but for espresso, that range is small-ish and the steps are big, so it might be difficult to dial in perfectly for espresso. This morning, I tried setting number 6 or 7, and it choked my La Pavoni. But I was patient. I spent over 2 minutes pulling the shot on La Pavoni, slowly, and I end up with perfect espresso. So you can get a very tasty espresso on a Comandante, but dialing in process might be tricky. Kinu, much easier for that. But we're not doing espresso today, we're doing a pour over. On Comandante, to set for the pour over, first I recommend to find a 0, and now someone corrected me in the previous video that I said that you rotate the click until you cannot rotate anymore, and that's the 0. Someone mentioned that the 0 is in fact when you cannot move the handle anymore. I'm not an expert, so I have to agree with that person. You might not know where you are, okay? That's the nature of multiple rotations. So you hold the click, you move clockwise until you cannot move anymore, and that's your 0. Unless someone corrects me that I'm wrong, but I will take it as a 0. And then to do the rotation, you can click, you can count the clicks, or knowing that there are 12 rotations per revolution, if you do one full rotation, that will be 12 clicks, and then if you do 2 full rotation, that will be 24 clicks. So for today, I want to do 20 clicks. And on the Kinu, as I said, I will set for 4 full rotations. Comandante, the first few clicks, once you reach the 0, the first few clicks are so tiny, you may miss them. Not that important for pour over, but for the espresso, where each click is a huge adjustment, that might be tricky. So the coffee we're using today, guys, for you, only the best coffee. Today we're using a geisha coffee from Caravan Coffee Roaster. Inside you get some information about the coffee, So the flavor notes that we're looking for, and here it will be apricot jam, orange blossom, and cream soda. I mean, wow. You also get like a tag. Yeah, that's how you call it, a tag. You get the kind of a tag you can put. To be honest, I have no idea where you can put it on, but you get it. You pay around 18-ish pounds for the 180 grams of coffee. First will be Comandante, 50 grams of coffee in, and have a look. Not sure if you can see, that's so light roasted coffee. So I put it in, lock it. So now I'm on that number 20 clicks. Time on. Yeah, very easy. Yeah, so it took 45 seconds. Interestingly, it took longer to grind than yesterday. Well, the last time I did grind for espresso. But as I said, this is like a uber light coffee. So obviously there will be some static, but maybe some of that is an exchange from the previous grinds. But 15 in, 15 out, 15 grams of coffee. It's got that nice white lip, so very easy to dose the coffee. And it's also no effort whatsoever. Kinu's got this longer handle and the burrs are bigger, so it should be faster grinder. Well, 20 seconds. It took 20 seconds versus 45-ish on the Comandante. Also some static, but it's 15. So as you can see, the water is spraying. There will be some mess, and it stops. Now I swirl a little bit. So full disclosure, I've done a pour over on the descent using both of those. The results were not perfect, okay? If I had to choose the winner, it would be Comandante, but neither of those coffees were good. I didn't hit pretty much any nice tasting notes, so I thought, you know what, let's do the proper pour over using my kettle. A very simple recipe. 15 grams of coffee in, 230 grams out, blooming phase about 40 grams, and then 2 even pours of whatever is left. And we will test it again, because this coffee, I mean, it would be a shame to it would be a shame not to do it again with that kind of coffee that got so much potential. So it took 3 minutes to brew, which is perfect, and it's about the same time. So I changed the settings for the Comandante. I went for 22 clicks. Kinu, it's still on 4 full rotations, so that's the Comandante. And that's the Kinu. Okay, so Comandante. Nice fruity aroma. Kinu, you can smell a bit more like a sour fragrance. Okay, let's taste Comandante. There is a sweetness. That's a definitely sweet cup of coffee. Wondering if that will be the theme with the Comandante. And a little bit of the oranges at the background. I think it needs to cool down a little bit more. And the Kinu. With Kinu, I get again there was a sourness in the smell, and the notes are sharper, and that sweetness that I got from Comandante, that sweetness is gone. It is replaced by the nice sourness. but because of the flavor notes of this particular coffee, that those orange blossoms, so that sourness kind of fits. So it's not something unpleasant. It kind of fits there, but I want that coffee to cool down a little bit more, and then we will taste it in Comandante. It's even more fruitier, the smell. Yeah, so I'm getting that oranges, cream soda, apricot jam, maybe a hint, but if I didn't read the notes, I wouldn't describe it as an apricot jam. I don't know why I'm getting oranges and eucalyptus, if I pronounce it correctly. That's the flavor notes I'm getting from this cup, and the sweetness. By the way, I just realized I'm not sure how cream soda tastes like. Uh, if you know, if you can describe cream soda to me, leave the comments. I thought cream soda would be something like vanilla, but I guess, well, there's definitely no vanilla here. Then the sour notes are sharper, and the cup is less sweet, and I still get that kind of eucalyptusy flavor. I if I did a blind taste, it would be difficult for me to differentiate between those two cups. But I was expecting a bit more from that geisha. So maybe next time I will put that coffee into the freezer. Maybe next time we will pull espresso shot with the Comandante and the Kinu, using that geisha coffee. Yeah, very minimal differences. Kinu slightly more on the sour side. Comandante, there is the sourness, but there is also the sweetness. For today's test, and I did the test on the decent first. The results were very similar and not great. I did the pour over on the just me doing the V60 with the kettle. There is not much. The differences, I cannot find them. I mean, I really struggle to look for them, but also the flavor notes not that obvious. Unless that's how the cream soda tastes like. In that case, I don't want to taste cream soda. Why am I tasting eucalyptus in both of those coffees? That will be the mystery. So I like both of those grinders. I cannot say which one I prefer in the look department. In the taste department, they are, well, at least today, extremely similar. I probably, to be honest, with hand on heart, I probably wouldn't guess which is which if someone put them into the same cups. My verdict kind of inconclusive today. I mean, that's what it is. Sometimes, I cannot, I can only judge what's in front of me. Definitely click like and subscribe. We will be running more tests. The big one will be Comandante versus K-Max. That's something interesting. I will also do the shots of the espresso with those grinders, and we will compare them with my electric grinders. Plenty more things coming to the channels. But for today, thank you very much for watching. My name is Jack. This is my coffee show, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.